Joining me today is Shai Weiss, Chief Executive Officer of Virgin Atlantic. Shai, many thanks for speaking to PTI.
Pleasure to be here.
Let's start off with this big contract that you have signed with Tata Consultancy Services. What are the big takeaways here?
Well, first of all, we've been in partnership with the TCS, Tata Consulting Group, for 20 years. And today we're announcing another 7 years. So basically renewing our vows. That's how I view this. And if the previous 20 years was about technology and outsourcing and transformation, this is about innovation. This is about personalisation. This is, of course, about generative AI. Who wouldn't talk about that? But this is about the future of making sure that Virgin Atlantic continues to be a premium brand that is loved with a mission to be the most loved travel company. The bar is set very high, underpinned by digital technology, personalization. That's where we're going.
How is it going to modernize what you do in terms of, passenger experience, customer experience, passenger safety, cargo operations, all the gamut of operations and services that you do? How is it going to really transform all that you do as Virgin Atlantic?
Well, let me first start by saying that, in many times when there's a technology revolution, services come out of favor. I can assure you that aviation and travel are here to stay, and we're only going to get better if we use technology well. We have a lot of information, we have a lot of data about our customers, which they want us to have. And if we are able to take that and customize and personalize the service, the experience that we provide you, from the small things to the very large, from anticipating what it is you'd like to drink and eat. We already ask you to tell us what you'd like to eat on the plane rather than asking you when you're there. Ensuring that our planes fly on time, that we save fuel, that we can anticipate things that go wrong, so we can fix them as soon as we land. I mean, the sky is the limit, no pun intended here. And this is where technology comes into play. The base layer, the transformation, the cloud services are at the core of this. And now it's taking it to the next level and really harnessing best-in-class technologies. And for that, we need help. We need support. We need a partnership. We've been very happy with our 20 years with Tata, but we're only getting started.
Right. Sky is the limit, like you mentioned. Is there any specific benefit or outcome that you're targeting at the end of 7 years of this partnership, of this vow that you're renewing? Also, over a period of time, is there a way to quantify the benefits, the outcome and the objectives of this?
Look, there are multiple key performance indicators, including monetary and operational and satisfaction. But the bar for Virgin Atlantic is very clear. We want to be the most loved travel company, and we want to be sustainably profitable. That measure will be measured every year, and from now until, of course, our program or our own strategic plan ends in 2030. So we'll see how we go. For us, there is so much more we can do, even within the flying that we already operate. We have a fantastic partnership with Delta and Air France-KLM. We operate out of London and the UK, the premium markets in the world, and we fly most of the time across the Atlantic to North America, Canada, and the United States, and of course a very big presence here and in the Caribbean and other global cities. The measure of success is, can we become the most loved travel company? And if anyone can achieve that, we are the #1 candidate. The bar is very high, and I think with the emergence of technology, with the ability to put the power of decision-making into the hands of our people, the fact that everything we do is digital first, that should set us apart as a premium brand that is loved.
Shai, tell me something, the financial details of the contract, what's the size of this contract in terms of, how much you'd be obviously spending on this IT project. But also, what does it mean in terms of the changes that we are going to see in terms of what the passengers can hope to experience now? Is there a way to say that this is what we were doing so far, this is what the IT contract is now going to allow us to do? Is there a way to look at it from the prism of what will it allow the Virgin Atlantic to do in that sense?
These contracts are very large. I'm not going to disclose exactly the amounts, but they are tens of millions of dollars over the period. And by the way, also TCS will get their people to fly in Virgin Atlantic. So that's a reciprocal relationship. In terms of what you can feel, I'll give an example. We have a wonderful app, but we want to move forward with the app. The app is going to be not an app, it's really going to be a concierge. somebody who can anticipate your needs, can help and guide you through the process. What we call the world of Virgin Atlantic in your pocket. Now, that's a great vision. To make it into reality, a lot of very smart people around the world have to help each other, and we have to guide this process. And underpinning that is technologies that were not available. Either they were just not there, they were too expensive, or they were too cumbersome. So when we bring it all together with multiple parties, with a vision from Virgin Atlantic on how we really make people interact with us in a way that they haven't, an assistant everywhere, any part of your journey, that's a great example where technology can unleash the potential of Virgin Atlantic as a premium brand.
There's also a tech command center which is being envisaged under this, right? Which is going to give, I think, real-time inputs, insightful inputs to Virgin Atlantic, to improve operations. That's also part of this deal.
It is. And, everybody knows that there is a help desk, but a help desk should actually not exist. We want to anticipate the problems and really circumvent them before them happening. And of course, if they do happen, we want rapid response. Security is a big deal that we're talking about. So the command center, we have already a command center, of course, for all our flying. We control all the flights, all our passengers, our customers, our guests throughout the sky. So to augment that with a mission control, it's really about making sure that we make timely decisions so that our guests never feel that we're letting them down in terms of the tech. Of course, it's notoriously hard and difficult to do, but I think together, Virgin Atlantic and TCS have a pretty good shot at getting it done.
Shai, is there also a staffing angle to this? Are there some people who are going to get rebadged as TCS employees as part of that? Is there any change or any tweak that is going to happen in terms of roles in Virgin Atlantic or the number of people who work in Virgin Atlantic?
No, Virgin Atlantic is thousands of people. Tata Consulting Group is I think 600,000 people. So we're small in comparison to that. Yes, and people move back and forth, but actually the point of this is that if you spoke to a TCS person or you spoke to a Virgin Atlantic person, they would sound exactly the same. They would understand the strategy and the approach and the vision and the mission that we are going after. So yes, people move back and forth, but it's really a partnership, and collaboration, when it's so deep and so intricate, is really not about who you work for, it's really what you are trying to achieve.
I actually meant more in terms of transfer of personnel. Is that going to happen in this?
No, it's not actually. It's not about, these contracts, these relationships are so much more than just about people moving right and left. India and the technology sector here has moved dramatically from just an outsourcing. It's now a technological hub, an innovation hub. So it's really about the brain power of the people. It's about their innovation. It's not about who does what and how many people we employ either with Tata or with ourselves. It's how we collaborate to achieve our mission to become the most loved travel company, how we continue to innovate as we've done for 40 years, 41 years, and how we continue to see the world differently. That's the objective, that's the task at hand.
You're completing 25 years in India. How do you look at Indian talent? India as a base for technology, India as a base for innovation. How does that look for you? And AI, how is AI changing aviation sector? It is a buzzword for almost all sectors now. What kind of impact do you see of AI and Gen AI in aviation?
Well, first let's start with the talent. There is great talent here in India. There's great talent back home. And what we like about it is that we try to attract the best of the best to Virgin Atlantic or to work around Virgin Atlantic. We have a big office here. Actually, all our people are, all our operations here are under the Virgin ownership and banner. Actually, every single flight that Virgin Atlantic flies into and from India have 4 local cabin crew. We have beautiful samosas on board. So that's the point of seeing the world differently. That's the point of adaptation. That's the point of respect to the local culture that we do so differently. Now, in terms of AI, yes, it is a buzzword. AI, as I said before, will not replace aviation. It will only enhance it. And as I mentioned multiple times over the last few years, it's really about taking the experience and personalizing it, taking it to the next level. It starts from the top line. Understanding what you want to buy, how you want to buy it, how we present ourselves, optimizing the price for you, ensuring that we can put you at the right seat, anticipating what you want to eat. And then, of course, throughout the customer service and the operations and how we process payments and So it's across everything, and we're very lucky to operate and cooperate with some of the leading AI and technology companies in the world. And together with TCS, I think we have a pretty good opportunity here to take Virgin Atlantic to the next level.
Shai Weiss, it was wonderful speaking to you. Hope you touch new heights. Many thanks for speaking to us, sir.
Thank you very, very much.